Meanwhile, the Honda team tries to sort out their frustrations after this incident in heat number 2 with Stanton and McGrath. Let's hear from the two riders involved.
Okay, you got in a little jam up there in the corner with your teammate. What happened?
He went down in front of me. I don't know what he's saying. He's probably saying I took him out, but I know what happened to him. The rut's really deep, and your foot peg and rear brake gets caught on it and picks your rear tire up, and you just don't go nowhere. And then I did hit him, because he hit that, his rear tire went up, and then I hit him, and then we both fell down. So
I was going in the rut, just taking my time, because I was right behind the swink, and he just ran right in the back of me, I guess.
Threw up your... That was it, threw up your hands in disgust.
Well, it's stupid, you know. I couldn't do that. I mean, I was just following right behind. I mean, it's a tight corner, of course, but, you know, it's just people don't use their brains, you know.
Swink pleases his fans. The mishap setting up an interesting semifinal round. Welcome back to the Silverdome as we take a look at highlights now of the semifinal rounds. 2 semifinal 6-lap features, the top 5 finishers advancing to the main event. And it should prove interesting after all the problems we had in the initial heat races.
A lot of talent in the semis here this evening. A lot of guys that are potential top 3 in the main event. Going to go the long way to get there.
Here in the first semifinal round, it was number 11, Larry Ward, the privateer on the Yamaha, battling it out with Doug Dubach. After Ward got the pole shot, Dubach took a brief lead before Ward came streaming back.
A couple of Yamaha privateers with a great opportunity here to get into the main event, mix it up. Of course, Ward, that's no surprise, but look who's behind him here. Number 19, Michael Craig on the factory Yamaha.
Privateer Buddy Antunez, number 50, in pursuit of Doug Dubach, who has a new position this year. He's not racing a full schedule.
I think he's found his niche. Dubach was kind of crash prone. Look at this great pass by Antunez. He was hurt a lot, but he's a great development rider, and Yamaha has put him to work developing the motorcycle. He's doing more work on the test track than he is on the racetrack. And, well, here he should have been on the test track. He loses a couple of spots as Craig goes by. Then Antunez hands one back with the crash.
125 West rider Damon Huffman, number 20, on an experimental Suzuki, Dave.
Upside-down forks have been the rage for a half-dozen years. He's testing a conventional fork, which they think will work well in the Outdoor National. Seems to be working pretty well here as he goes by Doug Dubach.
Meanwhile, out in front, number 11, Larry Ward, is on his way to his second semifinal win of the season.
If he doesn't endo off this jump right here. He kind of got the launch a little wrong, but saved it on the landing.
Good performance by Michael Craig, who really wasn't supposed to be in this event, as he places second in the semis and will go right to the main, along with Damon Huffman, who put in an impressive appearance. So it's Ward, Craig, Huffman, Dubach, and Kehoe. In the main, let's go to Jerry Bernardo, who talked with Larry Ward.
Okay, Larry Ward, we were talking about ruts. They gave you a little trouble earlier. How were they out there now that you won one?
These guys, you know, the track crew's doing the best job they can. The dirt's really soft, and they're working their butts off and getting the track in pretty good condition. It's definitely technical with all the ruts, but it'll be a great main event.
Okay, we had the Stingray sneaking up behind you, a little late afternoon charge.
Yeah, everyone knows Michael Ray Craig can get the job done. He won Tampa, and he's a very fast rider. He's on that factory Yamaha, and you know, that's where I'm looking to be next year, so hopefully I can keep beating him and make it by a little more in the main.
All right, good luck, kid.
Thank you.
Lots of big names in semi number 2. McGrath, Stanton, Emick had his problems during the qualifying heat. They're all gunning now to try to make the main and not have to go to a last chance qualifier where only 2 qualify out of that particular situation to make the main.
I wonder if McGrath had a chance to look at the tape yet and see how sour grapes his observations were after the heat race. He stopped in front of Stanton. Stanton hit him, and Jeremy blamed it on Jeff.
As the gate falls on our highlights of semi number 2, watch number 6, Emick. He will move over, and Jeremy McGrath gets sandwiched in the first turn, but still survives as Emick comes out on top. Ryan Hughes is number 22 behind Emick, number 6, and then Jeremy McGrath in third.
And number 1 in a pretty good transfer position here. Emick continuing to have problems staying on top of that motorcycle. Second time tonight, old Jeff Rose been on his head.
He also, of course, facing the last chance qualifier if he doesn't make it to the main in this event. Jeremy McGrath kind of cases it a little bit in the soft dirt and gets dirt stuck in the brake lever.
locks the rear brake on. He has no choice but to push it out of the way, clean out the lever. He just, as you said, hit the top of the jump, and it wedged a rock up in there in the brake mechanism, and rear wheel wouldn't turn. He had to stop. He had no choice, and now he's going to have to charge to get back into the main event. This is a huge development.
Ryan Hughes, a West Coast 125 rider, has that 250 out in front here in the semifinal heat as Mike Jones and Stanton battle it out.
Watch how Emig and Stanton make a sandwich out of Jones to take over second and third. More importantly, remember the early season contact between number 5 and number 6. Emig gave Jeff Stanton a lot of room right there. He doesn't want to be on the ground again tonight.
Larry Brooks, number 31, currently in 5th spot, making a move on Jones. As we have Stanton, Emig, Jones, and Brooks. Brooks, a nice move. Bangs it hard coming off.
Meanwhile, Jeremy McGrath slowly running these guys down. A glimpse of Denny Stevenson, who will actually get around Brooks and knock him back to 5th.
Ryan Hughes getting the checkered flag, but the real drama of the semifinal heat is this final transfer spot. Can Brooks hold off Jeremy McGrath and send the defending champion to the last chance qualifier?
Never in his career has Jeremy had to ride a last chance. He makes the run, but he comes up short, and he's going to the last race that gives him a shot at the main event tonight. He is not a happy camper.
Oh, he's got to be channeling this frustration and negative feelings as they start working on the bike immediately.
Put the little word balloon in there. Why am I here? What am I doing in the last chance? What went wrong? And what's going to happen to me if my bike breaks again? Think about it, Art. He's won 6 main events, but conceivably he could lose 25 points here tonight, and we could have a new battle for the championship. Unbelievable.
Here we see the entire Honda crew almost making sure that bike is in tip-top shape. Skip Norfolk, Jeremy's mechanic, replacing the clutch lever right here.
I think a lot of this is nervous energy. There's nothing wrong with a clutch lever. It's just what else can we do to try to get some insurance here that our hero doesn't end up on the sidelines tonight.
Boy, that shot said it all, didn't it, Dave? Ryan Hughes, Emig, Stanton, Stevenson, and Brooks going to the main event, creating more drama with the champion going to the last chance qualifier. Now, he took all of his negative energy, all of his fear and frustration, and put it all together to easily win the last chance qualifier. Buddy Antonez holds off Todd DeHoop for the second place in the last chance qualifier. Let's check out Jeremy's attitude.
Yeah, it's my first time in the last chance. You know, it's unfortunate, but had a little bit of bad luck in the heat race. I think, you know, tangled with one of my teammates, and, you know, that's all right. But the semi, I got some dirt in my brake, so the bike wasn't going. It was wanting to stop, so it's unfortunate. You know, I had to ride the last chance, but I guess to my advantage, I guess I'm warm.
Possibly to his disadvantage, he won't have his preference in gate position when the 250 main gate drops. We'll be back with the 125 main event from the Silver Dome after these words. Pontiac, Michigan. Art Ekman along with Dave Despain as we get set for the 125 main event. 3 races left on the 125 East season. A 16-point lead for Ezra Lusk, number 17, over his teammate Jimmy Button, number 34. So very important for Button to have a good race here if he's to challenge for the championship. It's Ezra Lusk in the middle. Mike Brown also, and DeMint on the outside.
Lusk got the start. Chad Pedersen, 5th ranked in the points, on the ground in the first turn. Bad break.
Out of the corner, it's Brown, number 92. Ezra Lusk, number 17 on the inside. Jimmy Button, 3rd. Timmy Ferry, 4th in this lineup.
Big moment for the privateer to be out in front of the factory Suzuki's. A little bobble by Ezra there. Lusk crashed last time out. Cost him the victory, but he got back up to salvage points. He can't afford to keep doing that, or this championship could go right into the cockpit.
92 Mike Brown, steadily improved after 2 5ths and 2 4ths in the last 4 races. He's out in front and looking strong.
Strong suits for Mike Jones, I would say, are speed and courage. Shortcomings, lack of consistency. He's crashed a lot.
Well, the only 2 that are making the triples are out in front right now as Tim Ferry gets bumped into the hay bale. At number 56 is Curry. Ferry getting going again.
He'll have to pass a lot of people. He's a potential podium finisher every week, but he's back in the traffic now.
Mike Brown with Ezra Lusk. Lusk doing the triple. Takes the lead away from Brown. Ezra, now it'll be interesting to see if he can hold it. Gets down the loop. We've got a good whoop section coming up for Ezra Lusk, the leader, over Mike Brown. Button still in third as they pick their lines. Oh, Ezra has problems. He's down. Mike Brown goes by. Button goes by. Lusk tries to get back into the fray.
He did the same thing at Charlotte. A tough whoop-de-doo section. He lost the front end. He pitched it away while in the lead. Ezra Lusk coming. You see, he got out of the rut. The bike went left when the front wheel hit it, pitched him right, and he couldn't save it before he hit the hay bales.
So it's Brown, Button, and Lusk has gotten back up and is now currently in third.
Big opportunity for number 34. Jimmy Button, 16 points down for the championship. 3 races to go, counting this one. In the next 2 races, they'll be in Minneapolis and Dallas, and those are combined East and West region events. That means you've got the likes of Damon Huffman and Ryan Hughes in there. Button needs points tonight.
A big battle for 4th and 5th as we pick up the action here. Jeff DeMent is being passed by Jeff Curry. We go back out to the leaders. Mike Brown, Jimmy Button. Lusk is coming off the hill.
Lusk could still run him down. He lost a lot of ground, a lot of time there, but if he settles in, he could get back in the thick of this. Here's the race.
DeMent, Curry, Rand, and Davey Yezik, number 46.
There's Curry trying to make the move, and the fans love Jeff Curry. A couple of years ago, he was on the podium here in Pontiac. He's from Michigan. Ooh!
DeMent goes down. He gets popped by Rand, and Rand has to run into a hay bale.
Jeff DeMent came up with Ezra Lusk. A lot of people thought they were going to be the 2 superstars battling for championships. Lusk's had success. DeMent's still looking for it.
Brown, our leader with the 125 main. Laps of the 125 main from the Silverdome at Pontiac, Michigan. Mike Brown on the way to gain his first Supercross victory. He did win in the Winter AMA Motocross Series at Gatorback Park this year and has come on strong all year long. White flag, final lap, Dave.
What a huge moment. It's hard to imagine how it feels for a privateer to be in this environment to beat the factory teams. The factory guys are used to this. For the privateers, this is a monster moment.
Mike Brown. Oh, being a little conservative, almost lost it.
Oh, man, can you imagine? Throw it on the ground 100 yards from the finish line. That would have been a disaster. What happened? Front wheel crossways in the air. He got the landing wrong. There are ruts you can't see on the back side of that jump. He just about pitched that thing into the bales, coming to the checkered flag. Wow.
Gave his mechanic a little heart failure as well, I think, as he's got very excited, of course, and has every right to be, as Mike Brown finishing out this race in powerful style. Fist in the air. Mike Brown interrupts a title chase to get his first Supercross victory. Button will pick up a couple of points on his teammate with 2 more races to go. Jimmy Button in second place. Ezra Lusk in third.
Jimmy needed to win this one tonight, but it was just not his night. Mike Brown did everything he had to do, and he deserves this. Congratulations. Jimmy Button can remember when he was a privateer.
Dave, I think you mentioned the key word earlier for this young man right here, number 92, courage, because he went through the whoop section with every determination possible and also jumped every triple he possibly could. Brown, Button, Lusk, Jeff Curry, an impressive 4th, Tim Ferry 5th. Raynard never really up in contention, a 6th, Yezik, Pedersen, Karsten, and Neese. Let's go to Jerry.
All right, Mike Brown, good job. You obviously got a lot of fans, and your mechanic is totally stoked. You have a little last lap jitters on this first Supercross victory?
The whole thing. I didn't know what to think. First time I ever been up front that long, but shit, it was a good one.
How'd you feel near the end? You held it all together?
Yeah, I felt great. I just got a little nervous there and had to relax in the middle of the race. And in the race, he wouldn't catch me very much, and I was backed off and trying not to crash, but finally got one.
Do you have any idea where Button was?
Yeah, I kept an eye on him. Every time I go around the corner, I'd keep looking, make sure he wasn't gaining. If he'd gain, I'd turn it on a little bit. Just want to get across there first.
Ezra Lusk with an 11-point margin over Jimmy Button with only 2 more races to go, Minneapolis and Texas. Let's hear from Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm not real happy with being, second on the podium, especially, the way it happened. I got a good start. I was right behind Ezra and Mike,
Ezra made a mistake. I got right on Mike. I was having a hard time doing a triple, so he's gained on me there, but I was catching him, you know, a lot of other places on the track, and I'd be able to get right on him. But I had kind of set up where I was going to pass him. I just wanted to stay close. I knew where I was going to be able to get him, so I just wanted to stay close to him. And the ruts were real deep tonight, so I went through one of the ruts in the last double for the corner, and it kicked my brake lever foot off of the peg, and I couldn't get back to the brakes. So I just ran right through the hay bales, ran off the track, and he gained, you know, probably 10, 12 seconds on me. I caught back up to him, but...
A talkative Jimmy Button as we see Mike Brown victorious on a Honda, breaking the win string of Suzuki in the 125 East Division.
Every struggling youngster in America trying to make a career in motocross is dreaming of this moment, Art.
We'll be back with the 250 main in a moment. McGrath on the lineup on the gate is on the outside. Only Buddy Antunez is to his right, as you see number 1 right there. He went down in the heat, a rock in the brake and a slip in the semi. Last chance qualifier. He's already raced 20 laps, Dave.
That's a very, very dangerous position to start. Here's Mike LaRocco, who's got a great starting spot. McGrath is in real jeopardy of getting run off into the hay bales from that starting spot.
We'll have to see what the riders do when they approach that first turn. Will they hug the inside? Will they push out like normal?
Well, momentum is the whole issue. You've got this huge pack trying to go into a funnel. The people on the outside are just victims. There's 15 guys there that can run into you.
LaRocco on the inside, but Kehoe gets a great start. McGrath coming from the outside. Oh, McGrath gets through.
He got away with it. He's in second spot from the worst starting position on the gate. Kehoe leads it. He won't last long. Watch Jeremy zap him on the inside.
Real quick. And it's Henry in second place now, moving in front of Kehoe, as Jeremy McGrath has pulled off the impossibility almost.
You know, Art, think about that. That's the first time in, what, a half dozen races that he's been in the lead this quickly, and he did it from the worst starting spot on the gate. What a guy.
Mike Kudrowski and Swink, incidentally, in the mid-pack went down, and they're far back now as we see Emig and Larry Ward.
The Yamahas that have been getting the great starts all year. Here's what we want to see. How the heck did he do it? From way on the outside, the field charges. He goes late to the brakes and runs way up in there. Nobody on the inside had any trouble. They all ran right around there just like they were on rails, and they left the door wide open. When he gets to the right-hander, he's on the inside, and it's over. McGrath is gone.
Well,
wow.
It's obviously he is totally focused as we watch a good battle between Emig and Larry Ward. You've got the factory Yamaha rider number 6 and Larry Ward, the privateer Yamaha, in the trail.
One more observation on that. Yes, he was focused. It was a great start, but it was a lot of luck. He used up all his bad luck earlier tonight. When the key moment came, he had the good luck, and he managed to win the start. Look at Ward.
Ward impressively battling Emig here in the early going.
He got the pass completed. That was a nice move. He used his track position. He waited till the track came to him, shot by, cut Emig's line off, and Ward's clearly faster, I think, at the moment.
The other factory Yamaha right behind Ward, and that's Michael Craig. As we take a look at the leader, Jeremy McGrath. Stanton, the hometown boy, making the pass on Craig, or trying to do so. Yes, he's got him.
He's never won in Pontiac. All the fans come here to see him win here. Stanton's never been able to do that. In fact, the crash here last year arguably cost him last year's championship, and when you think about it, he hadn't done a whole lot since. It may be remembered as the crash that cost him his career.
Here's a good shot because you can see the riders picking the various lines as the track will now get rutted up throughout this race. Michael Craig behind Stanton. Jeremy McGrath in the number 1 position. Stanton now making a move toward Jeff Emig, number 6.
Guess who? Those guys are always together, aren't they?
More Supercross action coming. Main event from the Silverdome in Pontiac, Michigan. Right now we're watching Jeff Stanton do battle with Jeff Emig. Jeremy McGrath, incidentally, out in front in this one with a steady, aggressive ride. But Stanton and Emig now, these two have had their time. Oh, and look at that. Stanton bumps him on the rear. Emig's eyes go to the sky saying, oh my gosh, they've had more than their share of "that's racing" comments this year, Dave.
Yeah, it was at Atlanta that Emig rear-ended Stanton. This was not Stanton's fault. Jeff got the front wheel out of the rut, jammed on the brakes to try to save it, and for the second time tonight, Stanton runs over somebody through no fault of his own.
Here's LaRocco, and he's putting on his usual charge, attacking Stanton. Michael Craig right in front of Stanton.
Nobody at Supercross has passed more people in a single season than Mike LaRocco. He cannot buy a start, but he sure can get through the traffic. And it's been a problem common to both the Kawasaki's. Again here tonight, Kedrowski crashing on the first lap.
Michael Craig having his problems at the top of the loop. So LaRocco now moving into fourth, Stanton fifth. Unfortunate for Michael Craig, who's really been battling that sore shoulder throughout this entire race. Here's LaRocco. Does he have time to catch up with the leaders? Larry Ward is next in his sights.
The new and improved Larry Ward, in better condition and faster than we've seen him in years, and more consistent. That's the big thing.
Hey, Jeff Stanton has had some problems. He was going over a double jump, came down off the track.
Another Pontiac misfortune for Stanton, who can't buy a break in this place.
Henry second, Ward third, LaRocco fifth. And we've got a good battle staged behind the leader, Jeremy McGrath.
How long will it take Mike LaRocco to A, catch, and B, collide with someone in front of him?
Coming off the hill into the whoop section now. Henry, Ward, and LaRocco. Now watch them pick the lines. The deeper ruts are to the inside. LaRocco's going to the outside right now, and he's got a good shot at Ward. Wheel to wheel. Oh, great action.
Good pass.
Acceleration from LaRocco moving in front of Ward. You've got to hand it to Ward. He didn't wilt in this race like he has in prior races, except for Anaheim. He's keeping up. He wants it back again from LaRocco.
And let me elaborate on my point about LaRocco. Colliding with people, yeah, he's done it 3 or 4 times this year, but this guy has to spend more time at the edge of the envelope, more time riding on the razor edge of control, simply because he gets such bad starts. He's faster than anybody else out there a lot of the time. He's going to make his run at Henry right now. He just has to take more chances, and somewhere along the line, that's going to bite you.
Oh, this track is punishing. With the ruts and the airtime, Henry's trying to hold off LaRocco. Visions of the last race.
Well, exactly, and precisely the point I was making. In the last race, LaRocco had to hit Henry to get around him on the last lap. Henry didn't take it personally. He just figured, hey, that's part of the Supercross game. Nobody ever guaranteed me in my contract that it wasn't going to be a contact business. Now he's got LaRocco behind him again. Well, you know he knows what's coming. What's he going to do to defend? That's my question.
What's really interesting now to observe is which rut the riders decide to ride in.
Little mistake there by LaRocco. He got it just a little bit wrong. Had the opportunity to close right up on Henry, and instead Henry got away a little bit.
Any questions about McGrath wilting after having to go all the way to the last chance qualifier? You can erase those thoughts as he's out in first place. We're watching LaRocco, though, try to take over second, and he bobbles.
Yep. There it came. You see, he had to take the different line. He couldn't run around in that same rut as Henry. He'd been doing that for a few laps. He took the different line. It was the high-risk line, and it bit him.
And Ward coming up, sneaking closer to LaRocco. Ward has not given way.
Henry's holding him up a little bit, I think. LaRocco could go faster than Henry, but he can't get around. And as a result, number 11 has made this a 3-man race again.
LaRocco to the outside, and look at how deep those ruts are getting. LaRocco getting an edge again on Henry. Oh, great battle.
Only guy out there passing on the outside. Mike LaRocco sets it up, cuts back inside. He may have him this time.
Henry, though, showing better endurance than in previous races right now. LaRocco with the inside line gets the clean pass this time and moves into second place. Henry looks back to see what the competition is there. Larry Ward is right there.
I expect Henry knew that LaRocco was going to be a little quicker. His concern is, have I got somebody else on my back now, or can I concentrate on getting back to LaRocco? Well, here's your answer.
Good 3-way battle. Second, third, and fourth right now. Mike LaRocco holds the edge. Jeremy McGrath out in front. Henry Oh, Ward gives him the little shove.
Yeah, he took him right up to the bales, didn't he? And then added the elbow for emphasis.
Just for balance, right, Dave?
Yeah, exactly. Let's take another look and see what happened. He's got the inside line. Henry knows it. Henry tries to close it down, but he gets up alongside of him, and yeah, I think he made sure. I think he stuck the elbow in there.
NBA, they call that a hook. Okay, it's Ward in front of Henry. We'll be back with the exciting finish in a moment.
All the different ways he had found to win. Well, he found a way tonight that nobody has ever found before. This is the first time in history anybody's come through the last chance qualifier to win the feature.
Oh, what determination and fine riding on a very difficult course. You can see those ruts look like canyons right now as Jeremy McGrath coasting to the checkered flag. But the battle is right here for second place. Mike LaRocco, Henry, Larry Ward. Henry to the outside. He seals off Larry Ward. Henry trying to make a last-ditch effort. Moving it. Oh, and LaRocco and Henry both go down. Ward sneaks between them inside, and he'll take second place. LaRocco gets up quickly for third.
Second week in a row they've hit on the last lap. Last week LaRocco hit Henry for the win. This time Henry hits LaRocco for runner-up. All's fair in love, war, and on the last lap. Watch Henry's right side handlebar right there. He hooked LaRocco's left side handlebar. It turned LaRocco to the outside, and they both went down.
And a happy privateer, Larry Ward, getting the hug from team owner Clark Jones of the Sizzler No-Lean Yamaha crew. Larry Ward, a little bit of luck, moves into second place on the podium.
Right place, right time. Everybody goes down in front of him. He saw the opening. He could very well have been taken out in that, but he went to the inside, and that got him second spot.
McGrath, Ward, LaRocco, Henry, Mike Kudrowski, a good comeback to get a fifth spot. Michael Craig in sixth. Stanton, Huffman, Lamson, and Emig, the top 10. Let's go to Jerry Bernardo.
All right, Jeremy, while you were out there in the lead, I asked Skip, I said he, quote-unquote, said he was a little PO'd and he was going to win the main.
Well, you know, I had some unfortunate luck tonight, and, you know, I was destined to win that main. I've had enough bad luck. The last race I got 7th, and I think it's BS, you know. I'm out there to win and put on a show for these guys, and, you know, I admit I'm having fun, but there's times that I get mad, and when I get mad, that's all there is to it.
I told you, you got all that stuff out of your system, all that bad luck in the first two.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I couldn't have had a worse spot on the gate, so my mind was totally on neutral, and, you know, I was concentrated on that start. And that's what I did, and I went out there and put the best 6 laps in, first 6 laps, and got a little lead there, and then just took it to him.
Jeremy McGrath now with a 46-point lead. The battle is for second between LaRocco and Kudrowski. Let's hear a happy Larry Ward.
All right, Larry Ward, you were running really strong. You told me you've been riding every day for 2 weeks and you feel fast. You proved that you're up here, but there was an incident right near the checkered flag, in your words.
Well, it was a tight race for second between Mike LaRocco, Doug Henry, and myself, and we were all going for it, back and forth in the last turn. Fortunate for me, I was in the worst position going last turn, and it turned out for the best. Those guys, both great competitors, were going for the second place finish, and when they went down, I snuck around the inside, and I was a happy man.
I could see the look on your face right through them Oakleys.
Yeah, I was happy. You know, I got a third in Anaheim and a second tonight. If I can get up on the podium a couple more times, you know, a privateer's goal, even though I'm really happy with the Team No Lean bike, a privateer's goal is to be a factory rider. And second behind Jeremy McGrath, I'm on my way.
All right, thanks a lot, Larry. Good job.
Thanks.
Larry Ward trying to rekindle a career. Well, last week, we didn't see much ill will when these two tangled. I wonder if the attitude is the same. It could have been considered retaliation. Let's check it.
There was a little incident right before the check-in. What happened over there?
I got out there and I got hit with the rock on my clutch finger, and, you know, I figured the last lap, just keep it up, stay in the ruts, and, you know, pull off second. Because Jeremy was too far ahead, but, you know, I got a little too lazy and, you know, it cost me.
Did you smack in a Henry or something?
No, Henry bonsai'd it, and he landed on me from the outside, and he pulled us both down.
Yeah, that's cool. LaRocco conceding that, yeah, Henry took me out, but I should have never been back there with him in the first place.
Jeremy McGrath, his 7th win in 10 races, and they've all come from different directions, literally.
Over and over, he does things that have never been done before. Tonight, he wins from a last chance qualifier, an unprecedented accomplishment.
We used to have 2 races from the